The Hottest Summer, a town's transformation. Lenton, a picturesque coastal town, was famed for its temperate summers. Children frolicking on its golden beaches, tourists soaking in the sun, and the ever-present hum of cheerful chatter were integral to its identity. However, the summer of 2023 shattered that idyllic image. With temperatures skyrocketing, it was dubbed the hottest summer. Residents recoiled from the oppressive heat. The once inviting sands of the beach were now a fiery trap, and the waves that previously cooled the skin were tepid and unwelcoming. Locals, for the first time, found themselves prisoners in their homes, seeking refuge from the unyielding sun. Amidst this scorched setting, Lucy, a spirited teenager with an insatiable curiosity, began to reminisce. Her grandmother's tales, once considered mere tales of yore, began to haunt her. They spoke of balmy days, gentle breezes, and a climate that seemed almost fictional now. But what deeply troubled her was the sight of Lenton's cherished pond, a veritable ecosystem in itself, with its water levels depleting rapidly. Lucy wasn't one to succumb to despair. She delved into intensive research on sustainable living, unearthing knowledge on water conservation techniques, permaculture, and the undeniable benefits of urban afforestation. Equipped with this newfound wisdom, Lucy didn't just want to bring about change, she wanted to spearhead a revolution. She started small. By establishing a community group, Lucy began hosting workshops elucidating the benefits of rainwater harvesting and the use of grey water for gardening. She emphasized the importance of local, drought-resistant flora which not only beautified surroundings but also reduced the need for excess water. However, her pièce de résistance was the tree planting initiative. Lucy elucidated to the community that trees acted as natural air conditioners, their canopies providing shade and their roots storing water. They were an investment in the town's future. The transformation of Lenton was palpable. Abandoned plots were soon brimming with fledgling trees. Homes started sporting green rooftops, and the once desolate streets were lined with plants and shaded sitting areas. By summer's end, Lenton was a testament to resilience and innovation. And the heart of this transformation was Lucy, whose tenacity and vision had mobilized an entire community. In the annals of Lenton's history, the summer of 2023 would be remembered not as a period of adversity but as a testament to the indomitable human spirit and the transformative power of collective action. Broken Heart. Amidst the neon lights and cacophony of downtown Elbridge, a quaint, dimly lit cafe named Nocturne served as a refuge for many. Among its regulars was Elijah, a novelist with the curious habit of never using the letter E in his works. His latest creation, however, was proving to be more challenging than any linguistic constraint. It was a tale of love and loss, directly inspired by his own life. Serena and Elijah had once been inseparable. They first crossed paths at Nocturne, drawn together by a shared appreciation for obscure literary references and an insatiable love for midnight coffee. Their relationship was a whirlwind of spontaneous road trips, passionate debates, and hours lost in each other's company. Yet, love, as they quickly learned, wasn't just about exhilarating highs. Differences, once endearing, became sources of contention. Serena's practicality clashed with Elijah's whimsical nature. While she dreamt of stability and routine, he yearned for unpredictability and adventure. Slowly, the threads that bound them began to unravel. One fateful evening at Nocturne, amidst the gentle hum of background jazz, they decided to part ways. The pain was tangible, like a physical entity that occupied the space between them. It was a mutual decision, but that didn't make it any easier. Days turned into weeks, and while life resumed its pace, a profound sense of loss lingered in Elijah's heart. He sought solace in the one thing he knew best, writing. His emotions poured out, words serving as both an outlet for his pain and a tribute to the love he once shared. Months of introspection and countless drafts later, Elijah's novel was complete. Titled Broken Heart, it was a raw, unfiltered exploration of love's complexities, devoid of any fairytale pretensions. On the evening of the book's release, Nocturne was more crowded than usual. And as Elijah read excerpts from his work, a familiar face in the audience caught his eye. It was Serena, her presence an unspoken acknowledgement of their shared past. The evening concluded with exchanged glances and a brief conversation. While the two didn't rekindle their romance, they found something equally precious: closure. They departed with a mutual understanding that while their paths had diverged, the memories and lessons from their shared journey would forever remain etched in their hearts. One day in Rome. Amora, a history professor from Boston, had always been enchanted by the grand tapestry of Rome's past. However, despite her numerous travels, Rome remained unchecked on her bucket list. That was until she found herself with a single day in the Eternal City, thanks to an unexpected layover. As dawn's first light kissed the cobblestones, Amora began her adventure. She had meticulously planned her day to soak in as much of the city as she could, given her time constraints. Her first stop was the Colosseum. As she stood before this ancient amphitheater, she felt a shiver run down her spine. Imagining the gladiatorial combats, the roaring crowds, she felt time collapse around her. From the Colosseum, she wandered through the Roman Forum, letting her fingers brush the millennia-old stones. The whispers of the Senate, the echoes of Caesar's footsteps, seemed almost tangible in that silent, golden morning. Her historical pilgrimage continued to the Pantheon. Standing under its massive dome, Amora was awestruck by the sheer genius of Roman engineering. The oculus, a gateway to the heavens, painted the interiors with a kaleidoscope of sunlit patterns. However, Rome wasn't just about its ancient wonders. As noon approached, Amora found herself in Trastevere. The district's narrow alleys, adorned with hanging plants and vibrant street art, pulsated with life. Here, she savored a traditional Roman lunch, cacio e pepe, a simple yet delightful pasta dish that transported her taste buds to culinary heaven. Post-lunch, she ambled towards the Vatican. Though she wasn't particularly religious, the sheer artistry of St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel left her spellbound. Michelangelo's divine frescoes seemed to beckon, narrating tales of divine intervention and human perseverance. As dusk approached, Amora made her way to the Spanish Steps. Sitting there, gelato in hand, she watched as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the Roman skyline in hues of gold and crimson. Her day culminated at the Trevi Fountain. Amidst the crowd, Amora closed her eyes, tossing a coin over her shoulder, silently promising the city that she'd return. While a day was nowhere near enough to truly experience Rome, it had given Amora a glimpse into its soul. As she boarded her flight, her heart was heavy with gratitude and wonder. Rome had been a dream, a fleeting yet unforgettable symphony of history, culture, and unparalleled beauty. A terrible weekend. The coastal town of Brooksville, with its picturesque landscapes and tranquil beaches, was a favored weekend getaway for many city dwellers. Among its frequent visitors was Claire, a lawyer in her mid-30s, who considered the town her sanctuary from the hustle and bustle of urban life. This particular weekend, she had invited her closest friends, Sam, an ambitious journalist, and Maya, a talented musician, for a 2-day retreat. They had been looking forward to this break for months, envisioning laughter-filled evenings, scenic hikes, and long chats by the fireplace. However, from the moment they arrived, things began to unravel. It started with the weather. Instead of the forecasted clear skies, dark clouds loomed ominously, releasing a torrential downpour. This not only ruined their hiking plans but also led to a power outage in their rented cottage. Attempting to make the best out of the situation, Claire decided to light up the fireplace. However, her inexperience was evident when she ended up filling the living room with smoke, causing a mild panic and leading to all the windows being opened amidst the pouring rain. Dinner was supposed to be their salvation. Sam had boasted about his culinary skills and promised to prepare a gourmet meal. But the power outage meant the electric stove was non-functional. They resorted to making sandwiches, only to discover that Claire had mistakenly bought expired ingredients. Determined to salvage the evening, Maya decided to play some acoustic tunes on her guitar. But as fate would have it, she broke a string during her very first song. The music, which was supposed to uplift their spirits, became a poignant reminder of the weekend's disastrous turn. The final straw was when Claire realized she had forgotten to pack any board games or cards. The trio found themselves in a dimly lit cottage, with no entertainment, mediocre sandwiches, and the relentless sound of rain. However, as the evening progressed, something shifted. Instead of lamenting their misfortunes, they began sharing old stories, rekindling memories from their college days. Laughter echoed in the small cottage, and soon, the terrible events of the day became fodder for their jokes. The weekend, which began as a series of unfortunate events, transformed into one of the most memorable ones they had ever experienced. By the time they left Brooksville, they had a newfound appreciation for life's unpredictabilities. After all, it wasn't the perfection of the weekend that mattered but the company they shared and the memories they created.